Here I lay all alone, toss and turn, longing for some of your tender love. I'm waiting for the right moment to come, so I can thank you for all the tender love you've given to me. Tender love, love so tender, holding me close.
Hello, Leos. This is Tara Queen here to do your September 2017 love and relationship psychic reading for lovers and singles. So welcome to the channel. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you want a private reading, the link to my website is below. Everything is still on sale on the website. So make sure that you visit the website and hit the subscribe button. All right. So this is going to be, again, like I said, for the lovers and the singles. I will mix them together. We're going to be looking at September, and this reading is really thorough. You can actually, now it is a general reading, so it may not resonate for all of you Leos. You can look at your rising sign. And if you are in need of any spiritual advice or questions answered, I can be reached 770-686-7461. All right, so I am going to call to the spirits and spirit guides for the Leos out there. What messages do you have for Leo's love life for September 2017 for singles and couples? All right, and I want a card to represent the Leos, Leo partner. What holds their partner? What holds Leo to their partner in September? What? Ooh. Strengths, weaknesses in the relationship, and then outcome. Thank you, spirits. All right. Two of Swords, the High Priest, the Knight of Swords, strengths, weaknesses. Strengths is Ten of Pentacles, weaknesses is King of Swords, and the outcome is the Hanged Man. All right, so Leo, it looks like you've got some work to do. Two of Swords is where I feel like Leo, oh goodness, what in the world is going on? Why is my camera so, like, not, goodness gracious. Okay. Let me just push it over a little. All right, so Leos, the card to represent your thoughts in September, your emotions or how you're feeling is the Two of Swords. So I feel as though Leos are going to be feeling like they are at a crossroads. They are making decisions. I feel like Leo, if you are making a decision to go or stay, you really need to make that decision on your own and don't allow anybody else to pressure you. But with the Two of Swords, I feel as though you're possibly getting all sorts of messages. So yeah, I feel like Leos are going to be making some decisions about life, and it may cause some confusion or conflict in the relationship. I don't really think that they're planning on leaving. This Hanged Man doesn't necessarily mean that, but I'm going to do some clarifying on the Two of Swords, because I feel like the Two of Swords is representing in September, you're going to be getting all sorts of information, and so is your lover, because they sort of look similar with this High Priest, kind of the same position. Only they seem to be taking an upper position. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling that. So goodness gracious, I don't know why this thing is so dark. It's really getting on my nerves. It is nighttime, so Yeah, this camera works really good at night. I've got some lighting set up, but sorry guys. I've got to fix this before it drives me nuts. It's throwing off the balance. I'm surprised that I've been able to even read at all. Okay, that's a little bit better. It gets darker the further you go over here. So, okay, that's a little bit better. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to clarify this Two of Swords and just throw some more cards at it because I feel like it's going to help you possibly make your decisions or just maybe bring you some kind of clarity. So give me some more info about the Two of Swords. Okay. King of Cups. Right. So Leo, I feel like King of Cups represents your emotions. It's representing also, it could be your lover. It could be another partner that you've had previously in the past. So if you are single, I feel as though, Leo, you're trying to get past a water sign. Let me ask for more info about this King of Cups. This could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. More than likely a Pisces, the Hermit. Yeah, I feel like the Hermit is representing in September. Sorry, Leo, this incense is bothering me a little. Sorry, I have little allergies that are caused by the incense, and especially this Anariva incense. I don't know, and I got a bunch of them too, so goodness. Hopefully it'll not do me the same way tomorrow. Hermit is representing, Leo. I feel like this situation, you're probably holding on to it, possibly. Or maybe they could be holding on to you. Maybe they could be isolating you. You may need to make some decisions. If you're with this person, you may not be feeling as though they're giving you enough of their time because they're sort of, I feel like they have been possibly in the recent to distant past, maybe a little bit isolated. Maybe the energies haven't been good. Let me ask Spirit for some advice on all of these cards and the Two of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords. So she's telling you to be logical, be level-headed. She's telling you basically the same thing I told you. Okay, so Queen of Swords could also represent, oh, that's what it is. Queen of Swords looks like it's also representing, again, this is the path, this is the crossroads, and so you've got a water sign in the past, and you look like, Leo, you may have an air sign in the future. So I'm going to ask Spirit what advice to offer on this Queen of Swords. Some of you, it may have an air sign in September, Aquarius, Libra, or Aquarius, Libra, what's the other one? Gemini. Or it looks like it could be a Pisces or maybe a Cancer or a Scorpio. Could be. Scorpio would be last on there. So, yeah, I'm sensing more so Pisces or Gemini. Something, a sign that represents duality. The Libra represents duality, and so does Aquarius. Queen of Cups. Okay, so I feel as though there is an Aquarius, Leo, that is going to come in sometime, especially if you're single and you're looking for love. I feel as though this person is going to provide some kind of emotional security, and also that person will, give you I feel like whether or not these cards are representing a person or either an element, I feel like, right at the beginning of the month or right at the beginning of the new cycle, which the new moon is coming up, I feel like the spirits are going to be working you towards getting past the past or either letting something go from the past that you need to let go of. I feel like the High Priest representing your lover. If you're single, this is representing a very powerful, authoritative spirit guide that is trying to bring you to a place of stability. They're also trying to push you towards marriage a little bit also. So this could be, again, a new lover that is an air sign. It could be either air sign or fire. Okay, so this is the Hierophant. And if this reading doesn't resonate for you, then you can go and look at your rising sign. I feel like I want to cough, but it won't come up until I'm done. All right, the High Priest. I'm looking for his card. He's associated with a zodiac sign, and that's what I want to look at. Questions that need to be answered, legal advice. Feel as though, okay, the Taurus. Yeah, it represents the sign of the Taurus. And so I feel as though as far as your significant other or partner, Leo, they are actually a little bit more stable in September than you are. And it's because of these emotions that you, I feel as though it is a water sign. Now, I will tell you with the Hermit card coming up, I kind of feel as though, this person is some sort of spiritual soul connection, okay? Let me ask Spirit to give me some clarity on the High Priest. What is he? What else about him? So again, this card, these top two cards is representing you and your partner, their feelings in September, their attitudes and their expectations. So this High Priest has high expectations of you, whoever it is, okay? Oh yeah, Page of Swords. They really do respect somebody that is very logical, that just doesn't. And so, Leo, I feel like this is a challenge for you. The Page of Pentacles is also representing some of their element. So whether or not this is a new love or your existing lover, I feel like Page of Swords is representing communication. Okay, they're communicating with you in September that they want their harvest. The Page of Pentacles is representing money, new money. It's also representing, you know, conversations about money and stability, and maybe either property also. So I'm going to throw a final, or try to throw a final advice card on the Page of Pentacles. These readings seem to, but this is a really good deck. I love this deck. Up there goes the Sun card. So, I feel strongly, Leo, this person is very attracted to you in September, but they're laying down some boundaries. They're putting up some boundaries. The Page of Pentacles is definitely giving you boundaries on what, and then also setting expectations, Leo. So you can't really be all over the place. Also I feel as though the Sun card could be representing your lover's place with their parent. They are wanting to impress their parents. They don't want to bring home vermin. Okay, Leo, not saying that that's what you are, okay? But I feel as though it's got something to do with you being bluntly honest, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just keep in mind that you got to filter some of it, okay? And the Sun card does represent your sexual energy, and so I feel as though if you're in a relationship, you're probably going to meet the parents in September, okay? And so I feel as though they are going to be accepting of you, especially with that Sun card coming up. Okay, oh, you're my favorite son-in-law, or you're my favorite son, or hmm So the connection card for your relationship is the Knight of Swords. I feel like you guys really do energize each other, Leo. I feel as though, especially if they're air sign, if you're a fire sign, that air element, it gets you going. I feel as though there's a lot of clarity that is going to come in September, okay, to your relationship, because I feel like you definitely need it, especially with this Two of Swords. So the Knight of Swords could represent a thought, a memory. Feel like it also represents communication. Okay, thoughts, perceptions. What is the Knight of Swords perception? What else does he want to tell the Leo? So, you guys, yeah, Justice. Okay, so Justice is another air sign card. Justice is representing balance. And I totally love this illustration. I really do, of Justice. I hope that you guys can see it. Let me try to pan over to it. It's a little fuzzy. I'm not sure why. It's probably because it's so dark, so I apologize. I'll do some brighter readings later, I promise. um, Justice, and I'll give you a close-up of Justice so that you can see the cards. This is the Witch's Tarot I am using. It is a new deck. I hope that you like it. Oh goodness, where is Justice? I want to look at something. It comes with this huge book, the Witch's Tarot deck, and it's so nice. Equilibrium, Leo, is what I was looking for. So I feel as though, you know, going into, like, as far as new moon energy, I'm feeling like, Leo, you probably currently have been feeling a little off balance, okay, or just sort of like your equilibrium is off. That's another thing. My light kind of went down. I think my tea light is about to go out. Yeah, the flame is real low. Balance and fairness, and it's associated with the Libra. So it represents also, Leo, justice in legal matters. Okay, so if there's any kind of legal issue, let's throw a card at that, Leo. Okay, so justice is also, again, in this deck, there's a karma card. So justice, again, to me, just traditionally represents drawing a conclusion. You know, this is what it is. It is what it is. This is some kind of karma. This is the reaction. So I definitely do feel as though in your relationship, especially if it's long term, you know, it's kind of like you've been trying to balance things out. Spirit, what energy, what messages does Justice have for the Leos in September? Ten of Cups, see? So happy times, good times. I feel as though if there is some sort of legal trouble, it'll be resolved in September. If you need more personal private advice about that, you can definitely get a private reading, Leo, okay? If it is a legal matter, also I feel as though this is where there, you know, I feel as though in September, it's just being logical, or maybe just however long you've been together, you've been able to resolve the issue and sort of work it out. It may be a long-term issue that's coming to a conclusion, possibly, because the 10. Your strengths is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is where I feel like Leo lover is very family oriented, very traditional. Okay, as you can see, I wish these cards were just slightly bigger. There we go. So you see the father or the grandfather holding the grandbaby, and there's a dog there, and then the couple is actually, they're looking on. And the grandfather is giving the child some kind of wisdom, you see? So some kind of power. So it represents in September, this is amazing for you, Leo, all of these tens, financial security in September, okay? Some kind of financial blessing. Ten of Pentacles does represent traditional money, but it also represents family values and traditions. It's really good. Also, Ten of Pentacles is really, really good for September to get that card. I feel like there's some advice, though, that Spirit wants to throw at you. Like, I feel like this guy right here has advice in September, and I want to know what it is. So, you see how these cards inspire me? All right. Oh, yeah. King of Pentacles. So he's talking about money. He's talking about, old money and new money. He's talking about, stability, security, finding your north, wisdom. So he's sort of passing down some kind of tradition, you know, and I feel like in September it's positive because the star card comes out. So I feel like in September, Leo, you're working on healing or either, manifesting some kind of blessing, okay, and healing within whatever your family is, okay? So this is where blessings comes in. It represents third eye energy, it represents angels, a lot of different things come into the star. You know what? I am curious as to what the star is a little ways into the major arcana. Right? No, it's, well, looking for the star in the book, guys. I'm sorry. I do this out of respect for the book, but it also, I love when I do new cards. So just give me a second, okay? Trust me, I am using my intuition. Inner peace, hope, creativity, so, and healing. So you may have had some kind of darkness around your family. I feel like in September, okay, associated with Aquarius, wishes granted, renewal, okay, creativity is flowing, okay, so it's a really, really good reading for you. Your weaknesses, though, is this King of Swords, so I feel like what he is saying to you, Leo, is where, again, I feel like being blunt and honest is okay, but, your energy is very, very powerful, and not saying to hold yourself back at all. But let me find out exactly what spirits, because they're telling me no, no, no. So let me just throw out a card. Spirit, give me some clarity on King of Swords. Okay, the Chariot. So I feel as though King of Swords represents some sort of unstable energy that sort of makes you assume the worst, okay? Somewhere, someone's doing that in the relationship. It's almost like one little challenge and they're ready to abandon ship. And the Chariot is representing where your weakness is somewhere in the relationship, is that somebody is lacking. Oh, what does the Chariot represent? Determination. So in September, I feel like that's something that you need to look out for. Okay. Because of the past, I feel like King of Swords is where either Leo or Leo lovers sort of kicks themselves into gear and they say, wait a minute, I'm doing this on my own. And the Chariot reminds us that you are in a relationship, so you're not doing it alone. So the King of Swords, he does carry a certain amount of bitterness, a certain amount of iciness around his heart. Okay, so I'm going to ask, specifically, I'm going to put a card on top of the King of Swords. Okay. Okay. See, Queen of Pentacles. Sort of a brick wall, and it's good to be that way. Also, he's talking about possessiveness, Leo. Yeah, he's talking about possessiveness as well. Especially if you're with a Cancer, Leo, this can have a major impact on your relationship, or an air sign. They'll start to feel suffocated. So be careful with that, okay? Queen of Pentacles is talking about holding on to your partnerships, but also she's talking about reasons, So, yeah. And it's something else that they're saying, and let me see what card is after Queen of Pentacles. All these court cards. King of Wands. So all of these don't represent your weaknesses, but King of Wands is representing energy, willpower, determination, again with the Chariot. So I feel like in September, a weakness is where, you sort of kind of give up too quickly. Okay, so where the relationship is headed, or at least in September, I feel like it is a cliffhanger. Somebody is surrendering, though. I feel strongly with the Hanged Man coming up. Somebody's definitely surrendering to someone else's will. Okay, especially with this King of Wands coming up over here in the weaknesses. This is getting really messy. I don't like that. So let me, all right. This is kind of getting messy. I don't like that. That messiness gets on my nerve. All right, hold on. I'm trying to fix it. All right, we'll just do it like this, because I am actually almost done here anyway. Yeah, King of Wands, he has a lot of determination, a lot of willpower, but he can also be very overpowering. Okay, and I feel as though your lover or significant other, Leo, again, just looking at these cards, I hated to close these up, they're really looking for something serious, Leo. So just to let you know, in September. So I feel as though they're going to let you know that. I feel as though some signs are going to come up, and I feel as though Leo is going to sort of, going into October, sort of surrender to this energy, the Hanged Man. There are some things. I don't feel like it's perfect by any means, whatever the situation is. Okay. This is really getting on my nerve. Hold on. I'm just going to stack these on top. But there was a different card, the Two of Swords. Okay, I want the original card on top. All right, yeah. So I feel like this is possibly something that, okay, Hanged Man. Now, it is where I feel as though, hopefully, I'm going to clarify the Hanged Man, because he can represent somebody that needs to put their feet on the ground. I feel as though definitely if you're single in September, you're going to be ready to move forward. You're going to be ready, especially at the beginning of September. You're going to decide that you're ready to move forward, okay, and that you're tired of sacrificing your happiness. You're ready to be happy. Good Lord. There we go. Sorry. So messy. All right. I'm going to ask Spirit to give me some clarity around the Hanged Man. Because when things are sort of up in the air, you're upside down like that, you can't really make decisions. Okay, the Seven of Swords. Somebody is having trust issues, Seven of Swords. Also I get the sense that could be some negative energy around your partner, which is really showing as the weaknesses here. Okay, some of these, and there was actually more court cards that were popping out. Yep, I think. Or no, this was over here. I think I might have put I think there was at least one more court card that popped up over here, though. And I do feel as though trust issues coming from somewhere. Spirit, where are they coming from? So if it's a new relationship, definitely trust issues coming from the past. If it's a long-term relationship, this is sort of where I feel like Seven of Swords is where in September you may have issues trusting each other. Let me ask Spirit what advice, or just give me some clarity for the Leos. Yep, Queen of Wands. It has something to do with, I feel like currently you're having issues with your partner. You're afraid they're going to cheat on you. Okay. Or it could be that, Leo, your partner is afraid you're going to cheat on them. I'm seeing it kind of more so on your side, or it might be on both sides. Also, this Queen of Wands could be a person. That's why I like to have them sort of spread out, because I'm still reading them, duh. Gotta go back up here. Okay, it was sort of like this, I think. Yeah, I think. Somewhere in there. I think this Ace of Swords may have been over here. I'm not sure. But anyway. The Queen of Wands is representing possible some sort of, it could be a person. Okay, I'm going to ask Spirit what advice to offer on this Queen of Wands. She does represent Kundalini energy. She could represent a fire sign. Four of Wands. Okay. So if you're single and you're having trust issues, you're having trouble moving forward with whoever is presenting themselves in September, then it's still because you're sort of connected with this person. You possibly need to let go of the attachment. Okay. Now, some of you, I feel like Four of Wands, again, this is the marriage card. So I feel like some of you Leos are going to decide to move forward in some kind of marriage in the relationship so that you can have the security. Okay, I feel like Leo is saying in September, I feel better if we were married, or maybe either your lover is saying that to you. Okay, and I feel like if you're with a Leo, Queen of Wands coming up, she's sort of symbolizing that I feel like your Leo is probably going to accept some kind of proposal. Okay, so somebody's going to say yes. All right, that's a really nice Four of Wands. Can y'all see it? All right, guys. So Four of Wands is a really good outcome card. It says stability. It says marriage, building a family. Also, you could be going to or planning a wedding. Okay, in September, it does represent some kind of contract or some kind of binding contract. So I see it sort of as a proposal, but I feel as though this Seven of Swords coming up, it's kind of where somebody's having some trust issues. But I think that the Four of Wands is representing some kind of commitment being made in September, okay? All right, Leos, thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you are in need of a private reading, the link is below. All right, talk to you later. Namaste.